views, thoughts, and opinions expressed in this podcast are the content creator's own and do not represent the views, thoughts, and opinions of Essex County College. The material and information presented here is for entertainment and informative purposes only. It should not be considered as professional advice or a substitute for seeking professional guidance.
Stay in your lane. What we said, stay in your lane. What we said, ready, set, goals. Ready, set, goals. Ready, set, goals. How you guys doing? Listen to me. Are y'all staying in your lane? Or y'all staying in your lane? That was too many noise in the back. Let's bring it back. Yes. Okay. So welcome to the Stay in Your Lane podcast. It's your girl, Samanta. How you guys doing? I hope you guys is doing amazing. I hope you guys has been staying in your lane. And most importantly, I hope you guys went out and check out my latest episode. It's called 2025 Who Dis? And it's with a returning favorite. Her name is Naya. Yeah, she's graduating this year in May. So guys, that episode is like bomb. You guys should go and listen to it. And the one before, I hope you guys listen to it, Valentine's Day, self-love, because we all need that, right? And we all need a reminder. Okay. So today in the studio, I do have a guest with me. I'm not alone. It's not Tuesday, it's Thursday, so I'm not alone today. So before I get into some things, I'm going to let him introduce himself. So go ahead and let the people know.
Hey, what's up, everybody? My name is Jeri.
Okay.
I'm a new media technology student here at Essex. This is my second go around at college. My first degree was management communication. I really didn't do nothing with it. It's a waste of time. So going for my new passion, which is like film and photography.
Oh, okay. That's like that's a little nice introduction, I would say. But the way how you started off, media. What's your first degree was?
Management communication.
Management communication. My last guest is studying management. Is it management communication or media communication?
It depends on which one. For me, it was management.
It was management communication?
Yes.
Okay, because my last guest, she studied media communication, and I thought it was very interesting. I'm like, that's very interesting. I didn't even know about that course. I'm doing finance, but it's what it is. But how are you doing today?
I'm pretty chill. How about yourself?
I am doing amazing. A lot of homework backed up, so, got to prepare for exams, midterms.
Midterms next week. Oh, can't wait.
It is. Or do you have midterm?
I do. I have several midterms.
You're taking 7 classes?
I'm taking 5.
Okay,
I have
so
several.
How?
I'm taking 5 classes?
No, how do you have several midterms?
I have 4 midterms I have to complete, and one of them is photography.
You do what? 2 different? What do you do for photography?
Photograph, I have to take 5 different photos and then write an essay about that one.
Any photos?
Yeah.
Okay, you can. I could be a canvas. I could be a model, cause I'm a model.
We'll see. I'll come around to that. We'll come around to that.
No, but I want you to take photos of what exactly?
It is not the subject, but the way we take the photos, like the depth of field, the composition, the lighting, blurriness, and stuff like that. So we take different subjects, and we'll take multiple photos doing different ways.
Okay. That sounds interesting because photographer is not just flash and then that's it.
No.
There's a lot of details to it.
There's a lot of math to it.
A lot of math?
Yeah, surprisingly a lot of math.
Like what is it the coloring that you have to make sure that is good?
The coloring, gotta make sure your angles is right. You gotta make sure everything's lined up. A lot of symmetry is involved.
Oh, okay. So, I thought it was just, that's why I'm the model. Okay. I know my angles when it comes to posing. All right. So you be the photographer, but I want to say welcome on my show. I think we just met like a few days ago.
Yes, we did. Appreciate
and I
you.
know you said that you wanted to start your own podcast. How has that been since our last conversation?
It's been going good. I've talked to a couple of my brothers, and they encouraged me. I've kind of already got the format in mind. I already kind of got a name for it too.
Oh, do you want to spill the bean or not yet? Yes, spill the bean. That's how you do advertisement because you're confident in the name that you have. So you gotta like put it out there.
Yeah.
So
All
got
right.
it.
So the name I came up with is Just Be You.
Just be you. That's one of my favorite words. Just be you. Like be you.
Just Be
I
You.
love that. And that's a ring. That got a lot of ring to it. Very interesting, very inviting. So what are you gonna talk about?
Different topics, different situations. I plan on being a informative and connecting type of podcast.
Connecting with
The community
With the
engaging.
community.
So
Okay.
like sometimes I'll have little games from requests from the comments, or I'll invite people on the show and we'll do little interviews or do little side quests, or we might watch a video together and do a review off of that.
Okay, all right. So you're keeping it all around. Very
Yeah.
interactive. I love that. Well, you're on the Stay in Your Lane podcast where just be you. You talk about you. You understand? So I just asked you about your life. I have to ask you, what does Stay in Your Lane mean to you?
Staying in your lane means knowing your boundaries, knowing the boundaries of you and the relationships you have around people and objects, and knowing where to cross and not where to cross.
Okay, so applying that to your life, where would you say you are now? Are you in your lane, or are you still cultivating it?
I'm still cultivating it. I'm not gonna lie. I've started to do better and staying in my lane, but sometimes I
Swerve.
tend to swerve a little bit.
Get back. You tend to swerve. So how do you like handle that though? Like when you swerve out of your lane, do you realize it, or do someone else have to like get you back in line?
I always realize it. I start noticing little things, and I have to remind myself to lock back in.
Okay, so how do you swerve out of your lane?
I take interest in other people's problems and try to solve them when I don't have to. I try to be more involved with people around me or places around me than I should be.
So you be in people business, or you just trying to be a shoulder?
A shoulder.
Okay, so you tend to see that whenever you do that, you kind of put too much traffic in your lane or something. You get overwhelmed.
Something like that. Some I get like a little bit of traffic, or I notice that I might put more energy into the problem than the other person does, or the person might not do the same for me,
Okay.
or they might just do the same repeated things and just keep coming back and complaining, and after a while it's just there's not much I can do for you.
Yeah, so that's when you actually self-awareness actually come forth. Like, what I'm doing right now is not benefiting me. I gotta actually like focus on me and focus on myself.
Right.
Of that. So I like that. So how do you, when it comes to career-wise, how do you find your lane in that area? Because I know you said now you're back in school getting a second degree in media and production.
New media technology.
New media technology. What brought you to that lane?
After I graduated from Berkeley, I kind of went on like a nomad journey as far as job field goes. I tried 2 jobs in the field of my degree. I didn't really like it. Then I tried doing white labor jobs or manual labor jobs. Some of them I enjoyed, but then once I got hit by the car, I couldn't really do too much.
Yeah.
So I'm still trying to figure out where is the limit to how much I could take without going too much.
How much you can take, meaning like on your body?
Yeah.
Working?
Yeah.
That's what you're saying?
Because I like to, especially now, I do a lot of serving and restaurant jobs.
Okay.
And I also work at stadiums, so I'm always on my feet. I'm
On your
always
feet.
moving and stuff like that. I'm carrying a whole bunch of stuff. It's not. It was breaking me down. But I realized that's not what I really want to do, and I can't just keep going from job to job or just have a job. I need a career.
Yes. So, what sparks your interest to want to, okay, I'm going to go back to school and I'm going to do new media technology?
Well, I've always been interested in film and photography, so that's always been an interest for me. And my siblings are actually here at this college, so they're starting their first semester here, and I said might as well
Do it.
Yeah, hop on the bandwagon train.
I mean, when you have, I would say, familiarity and stuff, you say you have siblings here, it kind of maybe motivates you a bit or push you. So your first degree, you didn't get it here?
No,
Where do you get it?
Berkeley College.
Okay, Berkeley College. Actually, I was going to go to that college, the one in Paramus.
Don't
I
do it.
remember going there and the school fee was like 30,000. I'm like,
Don't do it.
no.
Don't do it.
Why?
It's a trap.
It's a trap over there?
Oh man, I'm not going to say too much because, you know, there might be some people out there that like Berkeley, and Berkeley may have changed since the last time I was there. It's been, I graduated back in 2020, so
Okay.
it's been some time.
You did 2 years?
Yeah.
Okay.
But from my experience there, it was a very corrupt
Okay.
system.
So it wasn't like a college system like how it is here?
No.
No?
And then the Berkeley system itself is they're separated into 9 different schools, separated between New York and New Jersey.
New York or Newark?
New York. And
New York, okay.
In New Jersey. So you have some in like Syracuse or Manhattan and Queens, and then you have some in like Paramus, Newark.
That sounds like more of a
Patterson.
constitution, like
Yeah,
rather
man.
than like because colleges, I know you have one of each.
Now they were all in the same system. They all had their each college had their strongest suit. Like the one in Manhattan was mainly for fashion and like sports.
Okay.
The one in what's that? Upstate New York is the only one with dorms.
With dorms?
The only one with dorms.
Okay. But you said you had a little fun time there.
I did have some fun times. I'm not gonna lie. I met some good people. I did some things, met some networking, gained some knowledge. It wasn't all bad, but it wasn't the best.
Okay.
It was a distraction.
Got it. Well, I guess that's part of your journey with coming here. So I get that. So who is Jeri, though? Before I dive in a little bit deeper, who is Jeri?
Jeri's just a guy.
I could tell you're just a guy.
Jeri is a guy that has a lot of experience.
A lot of experience.
Yes.
Okay.
I might not have experience like some others might have, but I know I have more than most people might. And I'm not gonna lie, I was a wild little kid, wild little teenager. And I did some things I'm not too proud of.
Okay.
But
What is that? Can you share a personal story?
personal story, yeah.
Yeah.
Jeez. Well, I wasn't too much of a delinquent. I did have a reputation, and then my family is all education and famous and authors and writers and stuff, so I can't really too wild out. But I used to have a real bad anger problem, and I remember this one time, this kid just kept messing with me, and I just couldn't take my anger out of him. So I went to the gym stall of our middle school, and I kicked down the door of the bathroom stall.
You kicked down the door?
2 kicks. I had to pay $100 back of my own money.
Did you get suspended?
Yeah, I was suspended for 3 days, and I had to pay back $100.
What did that anger problem develop from?
A lot of bullying, and then other things going on at the time. So, like I said, I was one of those kids that was known for always fighting, but was really smart.
Okay, so how was your childhood like growing up? Because you said that you came from a family background of a lot of education.
Mm-hmm.
So how did you end up on the other side?
In a way, I guess you could say rebellion. I didn't like the pressure, and the pressure kept building, so I needed an outlet.
You didn't like the pressure from who?
Family.
From family?
Mm-hmm.
What kind of pressure? Was it education or was it discipline of behavioral?
Both.
Okay. You grew up here in Newark?
Yeah.
So are you the only child?
Like I said, I got siblings.
Oh, you have siblings. Yeah. Then, so how many?
I got 3.
3?
Yeah.
Both parents?
No.
No? Okay. So did you grow up with both parents or
1.
which one?
I grew up with my mom.
Mom? Okay. I grew up with my mom only too. Mama's love. So all 3 siblings are from your mom?
Dad.
Dad? So with your mom, it's just you? Okay, so
I'm a different breed.
you're a what?
Different breed.
Why you say that?
Because I'm just a different breed. I'm a different breed from them.
Because you're from a different mom.
Yeah.
He said he's a different breed. I'm like, okay, why do you say that? So you grew up with your mom. So how did you get this if you just grew up alone? How did you become rebellious?
Experience. Like I said, I did a lot. I did a lot of exploring as a kid. I was always out, always going somewhere, always doing something. Sometimes with good crowds, sometimes with bad crowds, but I was always out. I was always active. And then my mom would try to keep me out the streets or keep me out of trouble, so she'll put me in like activities. Like she'll put me in camp or dance class, music. She'll just do something for me, but I will always find a way
To get out of it.
Yeah,
Be in the
even
streets.
if I did the whole hours after, as soon as the time was up, gone.
To go back in the street. So what did the street taught you at that young age?
At the young age, it taught me delinquent stuff.
Explain.
Like delinquent stuff, like nothing too crazy, outlandish.
You gotta let the listeners know. You gotta break it down for them.
All right, so for example, right, me and this one crew I used to hang out with, they're not bad people. We just did some wild things. Like we used to go into abandoned buildings or abandoned places and just explore, walk around. We used to prank cops and stuff like that. Yeah, it was bad. We didn't do wild stuff like, sell drugs and stuff, but we did some other delinquent things.
So you never got in trouble for any of them, like with the system?
One time I did.
Okay.
I'm not gonna lie. It was a hot day. Me and my friends was out summer. I remember this day. Oh, it was funny. We went to a park that wasn't our own, and we was just playing basketball, chilling. There was a bunch of like kids there and stuff. They was talking all this smack and we was ignoring it. And then we saw this cop. One of the guys, one of the kids, we had to leave, so we was about to leave, but we saw the cops. And, we're young, we're black. We like F the police, and we sing that song. Fuck the police, coming straight from the underground.
Okay.
And mind you, I was a hefty kid. I was a real hefty kid.
All right.
I thought I was James Bond and could slide across a cop car.
What?
Yeah, no, I didn't do that. I put a dent in it.
Okay.
So yeah, we tried to run away, but those kids wound up snitching, and we got maybe 2 or 3 blocks away before we were surrounded by cops.
So I could bet mom had to come get you, right?
Nah, they drove me handcuffs in the back of the car to the house.
To the house?
To the house.
So your mom whoop you?
Man.
Yeah?
Man.
Oh, and what age was that?
I was like maybe 14, 15.
14, 15. So you definitely was a big rebellious kid. So were you close with your siblings at that age?
No.
No?
Mm-mm. We just started recently getting close.
They're you're the oldest, I'm gonna assume, right?
No.
No? What child are you?
The middle.
The middle child? Are they boys and girls?
Mm-hmm. So I have an older brother.
Okay.
I have a twin sister. She's we're Irish twins. She's a week and 3 days before me.
Okay.
And then I have a younger brother.
So which one is attending college now here?
The sister.
The sister? Mm-hmm. So that's your Irish twin.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Hey sis, what is she studying?
Psychology.
Okay, she's about to. Okay, maybe she can help some of them out there. They need it. I have a friend that studies psychology. My brother actually have a degree in psychology. I have a twin brother. He has a degree in psychology. He got it at Patterson. Yeah, so I have to ask you. I know you told me you met in a car accident, but listening to you about your rebellious childhood and everything, have you went through any traumatic moments? You would say that helps like shift your mindset of when you're younger?
Oh man, that's traumatic. My life is nothing but traumatic moments, but I'm not gonna get into that.
Wherever you want to get into is fine. Wherever you want to start from, whatever you want to share.
There's not much I'm willing to share. There's not much I will share.
Okay.
I never do. I'd rather write it out or something like that and then burn the paper.
Why?
No one has to know but me.
Why? Why do you say that? You never know. Always say your story is your glory, and never be afraid of your journey because that's what create the map to where you're going.
See, I used to think it's okay to share, but then sometimes, like I'm an observer.
Okay.
I observe more than I let on.
Okay.
And then also, like I said, I used to be a shoulder for my friends. So a lot of times I hear it. So if I don't know it myself, I've heard about it.
Okay.
I've come to realize that a lot of people, even if they say that they can handle it, they can't handle being a therapist, quote unquote.
Okay.
So I had to learn how to navigate it myself. Was a good outlet for me, and then just rely on myself, not to put pressure on other people because everybody's going through something.
Everybody is definitely going through something. And back to what you said, I do believe you can use one situation or one person. As we said, not everybody is a therapist, right? And everybody has a story. And I feel like your story is your glory. You understand? If you try to be a shoulder to someone else and they vent to you, I will call it, because venting and just talking about all kind of negative and every single thing, and no, it's just problem, no solution, is different from you actually sharing your story of something that happened to you in your life and that really changes you in a way. You understand? You take it as a motivation to make you better, or it gives you a wake-up call in other way for you to want to do better in that. So for example, I heard you say you listened to my story, to my podcast, right?
Yeah.
Me going to my car accident was my trigger point. I'm a Libra girl. I don't tell people about my business. I stay by myself. People may think I have a lot of friends. I used to, no more. But even when I used to have a lot of friends, I don't talk about things. Like they always tell me I'm always silent and whatever and things like that. Whatever I'm going through, I go through it myself and I solve it myself and every single thing like that. But I think it reached a breaking point, and I think where it's like when you suppress so many things for years and you be your own therapist, there is something that's gonna crack at one point. You understand? And it's gonna make you wanna like, listen, I don't have to maybe go to somebody and like, okay, I want you to be my therapist, but I could definitely use my story and maybe talk about it. You understand?
That's why I write and burn it.
So writing and burning it, that's good because that's you releasing what you're, going through or your thoughts and stuff. But I also feel like whatever it is, whatever bits or pieces of it is, it maybe can use to actually maybe help someone else out there, if that makes sense. Because it's not like you're looking for somebody to be a therapist or anything like that. It's something that you went through and you have overcome it. And maybe it's used to somebody else's power. So that's how I look at that. When I don't know how you look at it, because I heard you mention that sometimes certain people can't handle things. I think that's different. No?
No, not really.
No?
It's a little different.
Yeah,
Little
because, okay, elaborate.
All right. So, when I say that when I've noticed that people can't handle certain things, right? People have a level or a limit to what they can handle, how much drama, to use for lack of words, they could take in their life. Some people's tolerance is higher than others. Some people's are lower. Some people can handle multiple things. Some people can't.
Okay.
I've noticed how some people can handle. They'll tell me the situations, and they're going through so much, and they're cracking. They're breaking down. Like I've seen people break down. Then I've seen people that have only one or two situations, and they're also breaking down. Then I've seen someone that's handling their situations, their friends' situations, and then I'm going to them as well, and they're just fine with it. They're cool. They're amazing. Some people you can tell everything to. Some people you can't. You can kind of look at a person. You can tell how much you can kind of expect from them.
Okay. So are you talking from past? I mean, I think you are, because I know you had mentioned something the other day about, I don't know if you was talking to me or you were talking in general, if it was to Joe or one of them. You were mentioning about a friend that shared something added to you, or you shared something and they weren't able to handle it.
Yeah, I was talking to Joe over there. He was asking me a question. Yeah, I had tried to. Me and a friend, we had like a catching up day. You know, we haven't seen. We was just a day that we was just catching up. You know.
Okay.
Everything was going good, and then we just got into a therapy session, I guess.
All right.
And I vented.
Uh-huh.
I vented. We talked for like a few hours. It was just me talking, letting go of like a quarter of what I was going through or what I was feeling at the time.
Mm-hmm.
It overwhelmed them so much they didn't talk to me for about a week.
Okay. And did you ask them, they told you that it overwhelmed them?
Yes.
Everything that you're going through overwhelmed them?
Yes.
Or they just didn't know how to respond?
It could have been a bit of both, but they definitely told me that it was just overwhelming.
So
Overstimulating.
overstimulating.
Yeah.
So were that person going through a lot themselves?
Yeah, they were going through one or two issues, but they were also seeing the therapist, so they were kind of fine.
Okay.
So they were okay.
Mm-hmm.
And then they even said it was okay to vent because I asked them, like, "You sure about that?" They say yes. So
Okay. So I think, well, when I look at it on that side, I look at that as what you said, that person maybe wasn't able to handle everything that you throw at them at once, or maybe they didn't know that you were going through so much and they have their own issue of what they're maybe handling. That was like you did the perfect you said the perfect thing, like a therapy session. You understand? You venting, letting out everything that you may be going through or whatever, right? So I think that's different than when you share. Do you not think that's different than when you're sharing your story?
it's like I said, it can be different, but it's a tiny bit different because even when someone's telling their story, sometimes that story can hit them more than or impact them more than they expect. So they could be in the middle of telling the story, trying to help someone, and then they wind up having repressed PTSD, or they're going down memory lane, or it just hurts them more than they let on, so they can't continue.
Okay. I kind of totally understand it because I had guests on my show that happened. But I think those are the stages of you when you let things out, because when you don't go through it, when you hold things in and you try to talk about it, it's hurtful. That's why you keep it in. So when you're going to let it out, it's you trying to pass that hurdle of that pain of what, so you can release it, so you can be on the other side of it. It's not going to be easy at all because pain is not. You understand? But I believe it's a process. And that's why they always say healing is not easy, but the hardest part of it is the pain. But once you kind of go through that, then it becomes more easier, if that makes sense. You understand? Because at the end of the day, it's your story. It's your pain. However you want to relive it when you're delivering it, whether if you like in the middle of it, you take your time of how you want it to get done. But at the end of the day, just don't bottle up everything inside, because I believe that's more pain. And when you release things out, it takes you your time so you can go over that, to go on the next step that you need to get over with. You understand? But PTSD, I definitely know about that. I had PTSD last year, especially from a car accident. Took me a while before I even talk about it. But once I started talking about it, it's like, I don't know, I started feeling better. It took me a long time to, even when I did my first episode, I dive deep into a lot of different things that I've never ever talked to anyone about or anything. But I realize it. I'm like, this is what I'm going through. This is what's happening. And at the end of the day, this is my story. And my story is me. And you're going to either take it or leave it. But I'm just going to be me. And that's about it. But just to, I think we'll be on that for a very long time. We were on that. So without you trying to feel like you are pouring maybe too much, maybe to the listener, I will keep it. I will put it as, because it's not to me. You have a mic in there. You're not just talking to one person, or whatever. So, how did you meet in your car accident?
This is part of my rebellious stage, actually, funny enough. So this was around the time I just got out of high school, just before college kind of thing. I had gotten to like skateboarding, longboarding.
Longboarding?
Yeah, I was a longboarder, so I was shredding hills, bombing hills, skating everywhere.
Wow.
I was doing that for a while. This it was 4/20. No, it was Easter Sunday of 2019. I remember that because it was 4/20, and I just came home from New York skating with my friends.
420. Y'all don't know. Yeah, I know y'all know what 420 mean. Don't be asking. All right.
For those that don't know, it's a little.
It's be faggy.
Okay. It's a little non-recognized holiday.
It's I grade. I grade is going through your brain. And that's the reason why I'm smiling red. All right, continue.
So I was come back. I was skating home. It was like 3 a.m. I was crossing the street. The light was red. This guy, he was speeding through. He wound up speeding through the red light. He hit me. I flipped twice in the air and then landed on my tailbone and legs.
Ooh, so you end up breaking both legs?
Yeah, so now I have I shattered my tibia bone in one of my legs, and then kind of disaligned my other leg. So now I have metal rods, metal screws, nerve damage, nerve endings.
And this happened from your teenage years, you said?
No, this come from 2019, so yeah, about like 1920.
2019, 20, before the corona.
Yeah, before corona.
Because corona was like 2020.
Yeah.
Okay, and you're still going through that recovery, as I can tell.
Yeah.
Ooh. So you were by yourself that day, you said?
Yeah.
He didn't drive away, right?
He did. So, see, this story I don't mind telling because it's happened and it's nothing more I can do.
Exactly. Talk about it. Okay, before we get into it, because we're about to get into it. Jeri is over here. Listen to me. Jeri have a lot to talk about, and I could tell, like, he's an amazing young man. I'm going to see if he's very spiritual, but I could see that he has a lot of sense of awareness. But guys, as you already know, we get into things, you understand. We just come on, have a conversation, hear talk. At the end of the day, I always say your story is your glory. He's going to have a podcast. It said, just be you. So he's about to just be himself today on the podcast, right? But what I'm going to do is, this is just part one, because I can't believe we're already 30 minutes. I think we were having like a 10 minutes conversation before, talking about how do you, about overwhelming and sharing your story and everything like that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring him right back in the studio for part two, okay? So I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. And for part two, yes, we're going to continue, because we're going to know more about that car situation. I've never met someone before that met in a car accident. As you already know, your girl over here is still going through it with her 1.5 foot. But hey, to glory be to God, I'm still here, right? What I always say, God threw me another lifeline, and that's a fact. But I hope you guys is having an amazing day. I hope you guys enjoy this episode. And as usual, I always tell you guys what? See, the kingdom and everything that you wish for will be granted to you. Start unknown, finish unforgettable. Believe in yourself. And just know that you're that. Okay? All right. Love you. I see you guys in the next episode. Okay. There we go. Stay. In your lane. What we said? Stay. In your lane. Ready, set, goes. Ready, set, goes. Ready, set, goes. Okay, guys, I will see you guys on the next episode for part 2.
This has been a production of the Essex County College Podcast Club. Copyright 2024, all rights reserved.